Yo, guys, what's up? Well, who are you?
I'm you from 2 weeks in the future.
Only 2 weeks?
I mean, a lot can happen in 2 weeks.
Makes sense. What are you doing here?
Well, there's a bug that's gonna cost you 2 weeks to fix. So I'm here to
Okay.
stop that.
Hey, that would be great help. All right, let me see. Yeah, this is what I was writing right here. I was actually about to record.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
this is what I just
right.
finished writing.
Yo guys, it's your boy Gray J here. You know what we doing? We're making a fighting game. So this week we back for another video. Not video. We're back for another video, and we're gonna go over how time rewinding or time travel broke my game, or at least how it's working in my game. How I got it from looking like this to looking like this. You know. The first thing we gotta do is we gotta go back to where the idea began. It's the first day.
Yeah, I guess they're floating now. So it kind of works. You see it? I mean, I'm pretty sure it will. I remember it goes through all your states and everything. So if we hit space again, look at that. Isn't that? So we have a little rewind mechanic. It's a little broken right now.
Okay, so right there, that was a little clip from my first devlog. It's not really my week one, because technically I had been working on the project for like 2 weeks before that. You know, just like laying foundational stuff. But that was the first week of me having the time rewinding feature in the game. So technically, it is the first week. So how does it even work? How does time rewinding even work? Well, first thing we gotta know is fighting games are really just a lot of states. States are just names for different things in fighting games. So like, you can have your idle state, or jumping state, or even an airborne state. All these are different states that your character can be in. So, my initial thought process was, how about I just take all those states, I go through them backwards after I make a list of them. So every frame I take a log, okay, I'm in this state, I add it to an array, and then I go right back through them. It didn't work exactly like that, because there's a lot more things than just states. Of course, each state has its own functions, but with each state, there's a lot of other values. Let's say your position, velocity, the attack you're throwing out, where you, I already said position, hit stun. All these different things are things that are not linked to the state, but you still want to keep in mind when you're rewinding time. And then on top of that, the time rewind looked really unflattering. It looks really bad. So there's a lot of things I was thinking about, but I had the fundamental laid out, and ultimately, it kind of worked as a really good foundation for what I'm building now. And it actually is basically the same logic. Instead, now I have an array of dictionaries. That dictionary basically has all the lists of the things I said. So I think it's about like maybe, I forget, is it like, it's between 6 or 10 keys, where you have your velocity, position, state, your animation, the frame of the animation. All these different things are kept, even your attack too. All these different things are kept within that array called state tracker. And then I can access them all by different keys. And then I'll go right through them all backwards so I can rewind time. that's the basic foundation of how that mechanic works. Now, as I said before, it looked really bad. So how did I make it look a little bit better? That's time for our devlog 1.5. I don't really know if there's anything going to be there when I'm pointing at it. I'm just kind of pointing at something. I don't know if there's anything going to be there. I'm hoping I edit something. But devlog 1.5. That was all about visual clarity. I put out a little short about it. The general idea was it was really difficult when I was testing rewinding time to see if it was actually rewinding properly, causing for some bugs. And on top of that, it looked really ugly, so the purple effect over the screen I added made it look a little bit better. Let me actually add a little clip from devlog 1.5 right here.
So what I added was just a little purple overlay. It's not a lot, but in the testing phase, it makes it way easier to tell what's going on.
But it made it a little bit easier to look at. But I did add on to this. That's time for the yeah, I didn't actually do anything relating to the time rewinding feature during that week. Next one. No, I didn't do anything again. I was working on other things. Current day. Okay. So I did add a lot of stuff between the last devlog. It's been maybe almost a little bit over 2 weeks from my last devlog. So I have actually added a lot. This is how it currently looks in the game. And this is how it looks when I first added it to the game. As you can see, I wasn't deleting my after image sprites. It was a bit of a mess, but initially it looked really cool. You could do like these cool little patterns all over the screen. I'm probably gonna put a little image of that. And then you could also have like it kind of looked like a Sandevistan. You also had, so I started deleting the sprites, but I was still making a whole lot more than I needed. So it looked a lot really cluttered. You could barely make out what it looked. It made a quite cool effect, but wasn't too usable. Then I made it leave like an afterimage every like 10 frames. So if you rewind back a second, 60 frames per second, that's gonna be about 6 frames, 6 or 12 frames, depending if it's 10 or 5 frames. So I think now it looks a lot better. As I've put on the screen, works really well, but I have done some changes. Initially, time rewinding worked more as like it was just a button. It was a button. I pressed space on my computer and it ran a function. Really boring. So I changed that and I made it an actual state to itself. So it actually goes through and it deletes itself too. But that makes it so I can do some cool logical stuff with it in the future too. And that took a really long time. I thought it was going to be as easy as just copying and pasting the code into another state, but that took about a week of, not even a week, it took like a day or two, but then I had to fix other bugs with like the push boxes and other stuff. So initially I was supposed to get this video out last week, but you can't really make a video about code you don't have set up. So I wouldn't have any instances. So, quick, has something in my eye. So, what is its purpose in the game? Well, it does make some really cool interactions, like being able to do a full arc of a jump, land, rewind to the part where you just start your jump, and change the direction you jump. I think that's pretty cool. You can do combos off of it. Looks really neat. And ultimately, this is made to be a core mechanic of my game. The whole game will basically revolve around being able to rewind time and continue your combos, or rewind time when you're in a bad state. Of course, I have a lot of stuff I'm not telling you guys and not fully fleshing it out just yet into like on my design docs, which is a pretty long design doc. I might probably, I'm still adding to it as it goes. But for a prototype version, I'm pretty happy with how it's came out. And the goal is by the end of the summer, so we'll probably have maybe 1 or 2 more edited videos like this, that we can actually have a video, we can actually have a game that can be somewhat play testable. In its state, it technically actually is play testable. It looks really ugly. I kind of want it to be play testable with my own sprites. But I'm kind of just yapping now. So a lot of what I'm saying is mostly just filler stuff. And as you follow, if you decide to follow my journey and keep up with my content, hopefully you'll see the game grow with you. With me more so. I guess maybe probably with you too, but it is like my project, but I hope you grow as well. And I think that's a good note to end the video.